Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. Uh, normally, in this podcast, I normally do the NBA preview of Game Five because sometimes I'm not organized for this podcast, but I already organized it. So normally today we should just talk about Game Five between the Celtics and the Mavericks, but today we're going to a different route. To a different route because we want to talk about society. We're all going to talk about society in this in today podcast. So so let's talk about what's going on. So even though it was last week, they talked about it. So I'm gonna talk about it right now on this podcast. Uh, we we're gonna talk about the Michael Rainey Juniors. First, then we're gonna talk about Tyler, and finally we're gonna talk about something that is very an interesting question. You will see. But before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast, because your comment means a lot more to me. And if you like this podcast, you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, any platform you can look. So let's do it right now. So first, let's talk about the Michael Rainey Jr. Because if you don't know, last week, uh, uh, Michael Rainey Jr. was in the news, probably for the wrong reason, but that's not his fault. I'm not gonna blame him. Uh, Michael Rainey Jr. went on a on a on a Twitch from somebody. I think his name is TT whatever, somebody's Twitch, and he has been sexualized. He has been sexualized by one of the Twitch host sister. So we're gonna I'm gonna share this podcast right now. I'm gonna share this podcast right now. On we're gonna read it with we're gonna read it together. So here's the the news allegation. So let's read this together. This story is mentioned allegation of sexual violence. If you know someone has been sexualized and assault, call the National Sexual Assault Telephone Hotline in the United States of America. So you know. So the number if you've been not sexual assaulted. So here's the number. Power star Michael Rainey Jr. alleged sexual assault on the live stream resurfacing debate over gender power dynamic in sexual assault. The 20 years old appeared to the Tilly Show live stream on Twitch Sunday, June 9. During the broadcast, a woman who was later identified by host Tylee James as his sister appeared brutally entered the frame and placed her hand on Rainey's crotch for several seconds in a room with James. Children and other people present hasn't seen the clip from the stream. Circulating online, Rainey appeared to tighten his posture, then proceeded to move her hand away. According to the clip, the actor reportedly left the stream soon after the incident. So let's continue, shall we? On todaypoint.com has not independently verified the video and did not hear back from the woman identified as James' sister. at the time of publication. Rainey, who currently leads the fourth and final season of Power, the hit stars crime drama, and James both responded to the incident on the social media platform, with Rainey writing a message on his Instagram story on June 10th that he was still in shock and didn't fully know how to process what happened. The fact is, James, the fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or stature he had. James, who reacted to the incident while on stream, seemingly downplayed the moment, attribute his sister's behavior to her inexperience with being around celebrities. I'ma just check her. Tell her you don't gotta be on that. He said of how he planned to address the incident. Sorry. We all the same, we all human. The incident, as well as Rainey and James' comment about it, sparked an online discussion about male sexual assault, with some noting that Rainey's experience with unwanted touching is not an uncommon occurrence for men, and if role were reversed, the reaction would not have likely caused such a heated debate. Y- Y'all will be surprised at how often this happens to men. It's so normalized in society. Most don't even see a problem with it. One person wrote, X, formerly known as Twitter, plain as day, that is sexual insult. Just like men, women too have no right inappropriately put their hand on another rope. Here's what to know about the incident involving Michael Rainey Jr. and the controversy that has sparked it. So the question we had to ask ourselves: what happened to Michael Rainey Jr. on Tyler Show live stream? In nearly a 2 minute video, which had over 36 million viewers on the time of the publication, Rainey contoured his face after James' sister walked over and appear to put her hands on his crotch. During the incident, James is heard instructing some kid on how much time they have left before they have to exit the room. You have 5 minutes max, then you have to get out. Okay, he said. Amid James' conversation with the children, Rainey appeared to make eye contact with someone off camera, who then come forward and put his arm on Rainey as he whispered in the actor's ear. Rainey then immediately burst out laughing. What happened? James asked after he seemed too huddling. Rainey continued laughing at the person response. Well, tell you later, bro. We'll tell you later, bro. We can't tell you on stream. The video then cut out to James sitting alone in a room where then he addressed the incident on live stream without specifically detailing what happened. That's number one. Number two, what has Tylee James said about Michael Rainey Jr. alleged sexual assault? Following the incident with Michael Rainey Jr., said he tried to ignore what happened, but later felt compelled to address it after receiving the text about it. The energy shifted and you know what? Got up and left, he said, before noting that he currently upset him because when people come, this is your crib. It's about hospitality. He then noted that his sister isn't often around celebrities. She never seen somebody that caliber, so she starts. You see what you see what I'm saying, he said. And that, my sister, is not so I'm not going to say nothing bad about her. I'm just gonna check her, tell her you don't gotta be on that. James also said he will not filter with with it who is in the room when celebrity join him on the stream. I got people telling me you gotta be aware of who you have around when these type of people come, he said. Why should I? We all equal. We got a mutual agreement and it's about respect. F got me dumb mad, bro. Nothing ever got me more mad than this, bro. Then on June 10th, James appeared to walk back on his defense of his sister in an apology statement he posted on X. So this is what he said on X. After the action that occurred during my stream last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place, James said. My little sister was completely wrong and out of the line. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her action. I completely respect whatever direction Michael wants to go in this situation. James added that he will take extreme precaution with future streaming to avoid similar situation, and he has banned his little sister from future participation. I do not condone any type of assault, he added. James, nor the woman who has been identified as his sister, did not immediately respond on today.com request for the comment. So this is the comment. This is the tweet that he wrote, so you can see it. Like I read it, like I read it. So Tylee show, you know. So number three, what has Michael Rainey Jr. said about his allegation? So this is number three, people. During the June 9 live stream, Michael Rainey Jr. did not appear directly address the allegation assault when it happened. But in an Instagram story on June 10th, he did release a statement about the incident. So this is what he said. At this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. His statement read, I am still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. He continued, I can't take it lightly because I know I will be in serious trouble if the role were reversed. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or stature. We are human and we all should respect each other. Most importantly, we shouldn't always respect ourselves. We should always respect ourselves. Rainey did not immediately respond to today request for comment. So this is what he posted on Instagram. On his Instagram, I read it, so you saw it. Now, what the reaction to Michael Rainey Jr. alleged sexual insult and why did he spark controversy? After Rainey incident went viral, some social media users downplayed it online, with some questioning if the actor was exacerbating the experience by referring to to it as a sexual insult. Not that serious. Someone wrote in response to James' apology tweet, AD, IDGAF, everybody know what it means, the situation. I'm in if I don't want someone to touch me, I'm pushing them and off immediately. Why bro stood there for so long? One wrote, seemingly putting the blame on Rainey. It tweet it Twitter bro, people gonna forget in a week and have a new topic to talk about to show people they're a good person on go viral, you good. Another user on X wrote. Another people say Power executive producer Curtis Jackson, as known as 50 Cent, also seemed to have similar sentiment writing it and now deleting Instagram post by viewing by today.com. Wait, sexual insult. From a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL. He find no charge are being pressed. While there were mixed reactions online to Rainey's alleged insult, many shows reportedly acted agreeing that if the role were reversed, there would have been an outrage following the incident and response to it. OMG, was feeling uncomfortable around the predator, flipped the script, and that's the end of his career, said one person on X. Keep the same energy if I was a man grabbing on your sister. Another one said. Reverse the role and did think if men did it that to the female celeb, there would have been no global outrage. Somebody said, I'm not coming for a man experiencing sexual insult, when more than 27% of men reported have been sexual victims at some point in their life, compared to 32% of a woman in 2023 Journal article of Behavioral Science reported. The study estimates that 90% or more of all male sexual violations are not reported. According to a study, the incident go reported for the reason that including the beliefs held by the public and healthcare professionals that men cannot be raped. The report also found that misconceptions include that men are too strong to be forced on unwanted sex, and one woman cannot be the perpetrator. Sorry. Rich Richardson, African Study professor at Cornell University, who worked at a feminist gender and sexual study program, telltoday.com. Pers- Personal boundary matters and are crucial to respect regardless of gender or sexuality, including masculinity. Various forms of sexual violence against men, including black men, are vital to recognize because they too help to sustain to perpetuate power relations import not to perpetuate, internationalize, or carry out whether intentionally and unintentionally, she explained. Your sister, so since so since the incident, Rainey's supporters have called for James' sister to apologize for her to be held accountable. Your sister is the one that need to be apologized. Someone replied on X on Twitter. I identify think he should press charge. I want her in jail for what she did. Very disgusting. One person tweeted. Rainey has not addressed the incident since his initial statement, nor has noted her plan to report to the police. So, so this is what uh, um, the report said. I will say this. Michael, I will say this. I'll do this. Nobody should touch nobody. Okay, as a male, do not touch woman. Woman should, crouch. Actually, a private part, and women should not touch men's private part. At least if you're married. If you're married, yeah. If you're married, if your wife touches you, that is understandable. But if you're not married and you touch every woman or every man, no, you should not touch each other. There's boundary to do, and there's some respect. So show you respect to yourself and shows you respect from other people. Number two, little what you call it? What is his name? Little TT something like that. Little TT. I forgot his name, but what is his name? Yeah, Tylee James. I like the apology, but you you first you ignored it, and then when you saw the video, you came in to apologize. You should have apologized in the first place. In the first place, to to Macaroni Jr. Of her sister action. So he should have apologized in the first place, not after. Second of all, her sister should not touch nobody. Okay, because if you saw the video, which I saw the video, I don't need to show it again. Everybody saw the video. You can see there's little girls too, little kids. What kind of message are you sending? Because if the role were reversed, if the role were reversed, the role, if Michael Benny Jr. touched your sister, I'll bet you there will be a fight. There will be a huge fight. There will be a huge fight between Macaroni Jr. and Tylee James. I guarantee you for 100%. Thirdly, thirdly, yes, Michael. If you saw the video, you can see Michael Rainey Jr. a reaction. And this is my message to Michael Rainey Jr. You should be very careful which live stream you go to. You go to because something like that it could happen, and we saw it in your eyes on live Twitch on the live stream. So to me, Michael Rainey just have to be careful. Now, do you think he's gonna sue? I believe so. He doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. He has to sue him. He has to sue him and his sister too, but mostly her sister more than him. But because I don't know if she's a minor. If she is a minor, uh, you know, I don't think there'll be press charge on her. I think it's gonna be pressed on Tylee James. So that's the thing I want to say about this situation. And to me, the Tylee James sister was wrong, and I'm glad that he banned her from any future live stream because it's the right thing to do. Because imagine, like I said, the role were reversed. If Michael Rainey Jr. touched her, his sister, there will be a fight. I guarantee you. So my message to people: uh, nobody should touch nobody. Okay, if you're a celebrity or you're a civilian or I don't want to say nobody. That's very disrespectful, but it is what it is. But you should not touch one and each other. That's the thing I will give my message to everybody. So that's what I gotta say about that on the Michael Rainey Jr. situation. Moving on, we are talking about Tyler. Tyler, um, the South African um, uh, South African talented woman. Uh, she's been in the news. She did get a lot of backlash. She did get a lot of backlash for because of her because she's identified with color, not black. And let me tell you where it all started. And and shout out to Lovely T, so she can more explain. She she can more explain about the situation than then I can explain it. But for the video, I will post it on YouTube, and I'll post it on the comment and you guys can watch it if you missed it what she said. So it all started that Tyler was doing a collab with Travis Scott. Travis Scott, noticeably dating white woman, and social media went viral. Said, "Oh, finally, uh, Travis Scott is dating a black woman." Well, people in South Africa see it differently, and and people in South Africa say that she's not black, she is colored. She is colored, and this started a debate. Debate if Tyler she's black or not black. And so on and so forth. Well, she did address it back then. I believe it was Power 101 in LA. She really explained it, and she explained it, and then she went to the Breakfast Club with all his management, agent management, not agent people around her, and she does not want to answer the question. But Charlemagne the God, she trying to address it. Want to ask the question about the color when she addressed the situation about that is your black, is your color, and what's the so on and so forth. One of his people behind her back say, do not answer the question, and that sparked a lot of controversy on social media. Peter Rosenberg went to, I believe, I don't know, on Instagram yeah, I think it was Instagram. Instagram explained the situation that, and this is paraphrasing what he said. He said that when you get guests, there's a list of certain questions that you can ask her, and there's other questions you should not ask. You know, you know, when you hosted a radio or you host a show, a TV show. So there are certain questions you cannot ask. So Charlemagne the God was messy with that, and I'm glad that Peter Rosenberg called him out from it. And then a lot of American people said that when you say color, which is an insult in the United States, but in South Africa, it's a little bit different. So let's let's read uh, actually the let's read this controversial of of on I'm gonna share it. We're gonna share it. Okay, you guys are there now. Oh, good. Okay. Tyler explained versus color controversial after an awkward Breakfast Club interview. So I'm not gonna put the video, but I will put the Breakfast Club down on my YouTube page so you guys can watch it if the people did not see it. So let's read it. So I'm not gonna show the video. Tyler is setting the record straight for curving a question about from the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God, regarding past remark about her race. The question stemmed from the South African beauty previously identified herself as colored, which in the norm for non-white mixed race South African citizenship. Some Black Americans, however, believe she was disassociating herself from her Blackness by doing so while embracing a term that is largely considered a slur in the state. With all cultural context removed, Tyler found herself the center of debate surrounding African identity in various Black space, leading Charlemagne to inquire about the differences from her perspective. Instead of getting into her weeds, Tyler relied to her publicism to shut down the question and move on. Hour after the awkward exchange was shared via YouTube on social media page, Tyler took on Twitter formally to address the issue, clarifying that she never denied her blackness and breaking down the cultural difference in how South African identify compared to American. So this is what she said. So we're gonna so she this is what she said. She said, "Never deny my blackness. I don't know where that came from," she began. "I am mixed with black, Zulu, Irish, Mauritian, Indian, and color. In South Africa, I will be classified as a colored woman. In other places, I would be classified as a black woman. Race are classified differently in different parts of the world." The jump artist went on, "I don't expect to be identified as color outside of South Africa, but anyone who not comfortable doing so, because I understand that way of the world outside of South Africa. But to close the conversation, I'm both color in South Africa and a black woman. As a woman for the culture, is it and not or with that said, Asembi, check on the long post. So the moment comes John's on one day after Megan Stallion also addressed the questionable comment from Charlamagne the God, who claimed that Houston Hardy was not an area artist before realizing she sold her several arenas on her current Hot Girl Summer tour. That was yeah, this is the comment when Charlamagne question about Megan Stallion questioned Charlamagne the God, who commented that she's not going to be sold in the Houston arena. So that's not my issue. So you so you heard or you read what I said about this controversial with her race. I will say this, people, and I'm specifically talking to Black American people in United States. The world is not surrounded in America. There's part of other countries that they have to learn because let's say this. I'll give you an example. I'm Pascal Mayala. I'm born in Germany. I was raised in Canada, but I live in France. Okay? But you look at my race, a lot of people say you're black. Well, in other countries, like in Africa, we're not going to say we're black. I am identified as Congolese and Angolan because I am mixed. I am 50-50. 50% Congolese from my mom and 50% Angolan, Angola from my dad. You see? But I consider myself as an African. In South Africa, in South Africa, it's a little bit different. Remember the apartheid in the 70s. In the 70s, I don't know what date, but you can look at 60s, 70s, so on and so forth. There were an apartheid, you see, different people from the African, white, Indian, and color. In South Africa, you do have, like I said, black, white, Indian, and color, which is mixed. When I look at Tyler, and I say Tyler like a Jamaican, and even I'm not Jamaican. If I say Tyler, I don't see. If I look at her Tyler like straight up, I don't see. I don't see identified with black. She's mixed, but she look like an Indian woman, and I can see that she is mixed. Like I said, like I read, she's black, Mauritian, Indian, Zulu. I think from her mom, Indian, Mauritian from her dad, and uh, her grandparents, so on and so forth. Because I don't want the African American in the United States to educate. Go around the world, discover a country, or go to the Caribbean, and you ask uh 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 people from Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Asian, they're not going to say, I am black. I am identified as an Asian, a Puerto Rican, or a Dominican. They're not going to say they're black because some people in other countries respect the ethnicity and their country. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody in the United States of America, especially Black African Americans, that the world is not always surrounded, in America. There's other part of the world that you cannot say they identify with Black, and that's simple fact. And also, just want to say this, and I want all the African Americans to realize that uh, we have to stop put everybody, especially Black people, in the same box. When I mean in the same box, I'm talking about in the same box uh, as color, because some of the people are not black. When we talk about mixed people, mixed woman, mixed men, if you have a father who's white, a mother is black, you are mixed. You are biracial. You're not black. You're biracial. You know what I'm saying? You're not. Oh, and I hate and this is why the problem with Hollywood also too. It goes to Hollywood made us believe that when people is biracial, they identify with black, which that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Biracial people are not black people. They're a different skin color, or I'll say a different race. And I want to, and this is why I had a discussion a long time ago. I said with my mom said they're not black. They're biracial. And my mom said, "Oh, they're identified with black." I said, "No, they're not identified with black. With black, they're biracial. When you are biracial, you are a biracial." So, so this is what I gotta say. Charlemagne the God was wrong because she did address it, and you can see, like I said, the comment. You can see. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! You should see the reaction on social media, that especially African American, that uh that that uh that the people say Tyler she's identified with black. Hey, I got news for you, Tyler. She's not your friend. She's not your sister. She's not your cousin. She's not your nieces. And apparently, she doesn't know you exist. I'm just surprised that Tyler did not really advocate about her race. You know, go out there. talk about her race, educate the people in the United States about color. Because when you say color in the United States, it is like an insult. Because remember the Jim Crow law in the late 19th century to the mid 20th centuries, Jim Crow law, they have a restaurant separate for black people, color, and white, so on and so forth. No different in South Africa with apartheid. There was a restaurant for color. There was a restaurant for white people. You see, but I wish that Tyler speak more about that. Educate the people, because there's some people probably don't understand what her race is about. When you say color in South Africa, it means differently. When you say color in the United States, it's differently. So this is the message I gotta say. So Charlemagne the God was in the wrong, and I wish more Tyler educate the people about her race a little bit and what the word color means in South Africa. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, moving on for our final topic, and I kept that reserve for this topic. Hey, look at my teeth. Just kidding. But this final discussion we're gonna talk about is, can you date someone who doesn't have a degree, or having graduate from college? Can you date somebody? So, because why I'm asking this question, because of because of I was listening to a podcast with two persons, with Taylor Rooks and Joy Taylor, and they asked somebody asked a question. Uh, somebody asked a question, and I don't think I can show the video, but because it will not work. And somebody asked a question: Uh, can you date someone without a college degree? And I wish I had the video. I put the video, but you know, uh, maybe I'll try it, but not today. Maybe I'm gonna add something, but you know, I'll try, but I can't. I don't have all the material, but because Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks had similar but different approach. I don't know how I can say that, but and 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 she said, and I quote, and this is my opinion, her opinion actually, my bad. She said that you don't always have to. It's not. You don't need to date somebody who doesn't have a degree. However, for the person who's trying to get the degree, what are you going to do with that degree after this? You know what I'm saying? Because yes, yes, it's happened. Some people love to date with people who have a degree because they want to do a better living for their life, and some people don't need degree, but they have a good life in the outside world without a degree. So this is my opinion. Uh, in my personal opinion, you don't need to date somebody who doesn't have a degree. That's my thought, because because I sometimes when you get a degree, it is hard to find a job outside the world, unless you're working for the media or you're a lawyer or a doctor, so on and so forth. But for the people who don't have a degree, I'll say that it's okay you don't have a degree because to me this is personal. Degree it doesn't make you the man. It's just a piece of paper that I've done my study and I got a degree, so on and so forth. I just want to provide for my family, with or without a degree. And I just want to say this, and some people gonna call me, they're gonna hate on this, that some people who got a degree can be stupid in life, and the people who don't have a degree can be smart, or vice versa. It could go vice versa. It can go back and forth. But to me, I would say this: you don't need to date somebody who doesn't have a degree because it doesn't make you smart. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are smart as hell, who got a degree, but the intellectual stuck. You know what I'm saying? And the people who don't have a degree can have a better life. But to me, you don't need to have a degree to date. You don't need to date somebody who doesn't have a degree. This is my personal opinion on it. So I will put the video. I'm gonna put the video on YouTube, or I'll put the video on my YouTube channel. But like I said, people, you don't need to date somebody who had a degree or people who don't have a degree. So to me, it doesn't really matter to me. So let's. I'll try to let me see the people uh um who 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 asked the question, if is you date or start a relationship without a college degree. So I'm gonna share it right now. I'm gonna share it right now, and we're gonna read it together. That's like 2 years ago. So let's read this. One person said that personality plus common sense plus intelligent equal degree when it comes to dating. So in my opinion, it said somebody who's have a personality, have a common sense, who's very smart, so on and so forth, and and he wanted a person to have a degree before he date. Sorry. One person said education doesn't equal wisdom, intelligence. I have met a few dumb fuck. Sorry, a few okay, a few dumb fuck with a master's degree, and one per and this is it continue. So it's continuing. So I want to read this. So somebody said that that's ridiculous. I don't think a college degree should determine a guy's value to date or not. Hmm. Another person said, I don't have a hard and fast one like that. But since it's all coming so far, or just saying it's stupid. Let me just give. It's just stupid. I'll please devil advocate. So, I think it would be hard to form a real bond with someone who isn't roughly on a par with you intellectually. If you had a PhD and other dude only had a high school diploma, that's a good sign that we might not mesh very well. It's a really flawed metric. There are plenty of ways to be intelligent without getting a degree. plenty of people with degree aren't very intelligent. So you heard that plenty of people with degree aren't very intelligent. But if you had to take a guess, that should be my explanation for why the guy you match with has a rule like that. Hmm, interesting. Interesting what she what uh what the person said. Another person said, I'll go a bit farther and say, similar to what some others have said, that I know some people with advanced degree who really aren't much brighter than the box of rocks. However, it doesn't minimize reflect a lot of work. Okay, maybe not MBAS and a specific kind of work which might reflect a daily value. It's still a flawed metric, but when it, but when they're trying to weed people out. So so I was just read one last time. Okay, one final thing. Actually, two. I want to read this two things. So someone said, as someone finished up his master and is an investor, college is a scam. If someone has a good path life, fuck arbitrary title. Some of the smartest people I've ever met barely passed high school. Mm, inter- interesting, interesting. So another person said, "I did. I did. He wasn't in school, but he was struggling to find it. We've been together for 4 years. Oh, that's her. She telling her experience, and he was going to have to drop out. I immediately paid for it and pay off his loan. That was the moment he figured out that I was wealthier than I presented myself. 8 years after that he got his master, he I paid for that, and now he's a high school civic teacher. I'm so incredibly proud of him for finishing because physically healthy issue killed my ability to work. My back went out right when I finished my master. So I wanted to see him succeed in what he wanted to do. Had I not had had I not had the money to fund him, I'd stay with him anyway. He's one of the most genuinely caring and loving people I know. Him having a degree mean nothing to me. It just couldn't handle seeing him crying and break down because he was going to have to drop out. Hmm, that's a personal experience. So people have different opinions. So, but the majority of what I read is that you don't need to have a degree to be in a relationship or to date somebody. So that's my opinion. I'm gonna put the video after this, and I'm gonna say this. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I will put on my this video on my podcast, so you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and you can listen any platform you want to. If you want, you listen to this on YouTube, I will put it on YouTube and other videos. So I want you guys to do me a favor. Like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my YouTube channel because your comment means a lot to me. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on X, formerly Twitter. It's at Belly versus PMM. On Instagram, it's Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with Threads. And I want to say this. Thank you very much. And I will see you tomorrow for Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. So see you tomorrow, people.